I found out my sister was sabotaging my job interviews, so I got her fired from her dream job for 6 months. I couldn't understand why every promising interview ended the same way. Great conversation, perfect qualifications, then radio silence. After my 15th rejection from companies that had practically begged me to apply, I knew something was wrong. My older sister, Megan, worked in Setter at a major tech company. She'd always been the golden child, the successful one, while I struggled after college. She offered to help with my job search, reviewing my resume, giving me insider tips. I was grateful for her support. Last Tuesday, everything unraveled. A recruiter friend called me privately. She'd noticed something odd. Every company I'd interviewed with had received an anonymous email warning them about me. Claims of theft at previous jobs, lying about credentials, even hints about drug problems, all completely fabricated. The emails came from different addresses but had identical phrasing. My friend traced the IP address through her company's security team. They all originated from Megan's office network. My own sister had been destroying my career, but why? I searched through our old texts and found my answer months ago. I'd mentioned interviewing at her company for a position in her department. She'd laughed it off, saying I wasn't ready for corporate life. 2 days later, my sabotage started. She couldn't stand the thought of her little sister succeeding in her territory. I spent 3 days planning my response. Megan had one weakness. She'd lied extensively on her own resume: pro-tier volunteer work, inflated job titles, even a made-up award. She'd bragged about it once after too much wine, calling it strategic enhancement. Her company had a strict policy about resume fraud. One anonymous tip to their ethics hotline with proof, and they'd investigate. I had sprint of her real work history from her old list and proof the award didn't exist. Emails where she'd admitted the lies. I made the call on Friday afternoon. Monday morning, Megan was escorted out of the building. 7 years at her dream job gone. Her boss called me that afternoon. They'd found my name in her deleted emails during the investigation. He apologized profusely and offered me an interview for a senior position. Megan showed up at my apartment that night, Macio streaking down her face. She'd lost everything: her job, her reputation, her upcoming promotion. Word travels fast in tech. She was basically unhireable. She begged me to help her explain to the company that it was a misunderstanding, that sister spite sometimes, that she'd only wanted to protect me from failing, protect me by ensuring I would fail. I closed the door in her face. Our parents called nonstop. Extended family took sides. Mom said I'd gone too far, that family should forgive family. Dad said Megan had learned a valuable lesson about consequences. I started my new job this week, same building where Megan used to work. Sometimes I see her former colleagues in the elevator. They know exactly who I am and what happened. The sister who fought back. My office has a window view. Yesterday I saw Megan in the parking lot sitting in her car staring up at the building she'd been banned from. For a moment I felt a flicker of guilt. Then I remembered the 6 months of rejection, the self-doubt, the tears after each failed interview, the way she'd comforted me while secretly orchestrating my failure. Revenge isn't supposed to feel good, but watching her drive away, knowing she'd never step foot in that building again, it felt like justice. The kind that comes with a corner office and a salary she'll never see again.